You ever been out with friends and realize that you were the only one not getting hit on? And then immediately thinking it's because you exist in a bigger body? It's horrible because you know that like male attention isn't the end all be all, but at the same time it still hurts. I'm curvy, I'm bigger than most of my friends, so my first instinct is like, oh, they don't want a bigger girl. This past summer I was at a hostel and I saw these guys. I went to introduce myself and I was standing next to this girl that was just like complete Victoria's Secret, like the old Victoria's Secret supermodel vibes. And I was like, hi, I'm Juliana. And while he was shaking my hand, he was literally looking at her, being like, nice to meet you. And you guys, I got so mad. After that, he didn't talk to me again, and I got so mad. I left the bar and I wrote like slam poetry on my phone because it was so many years of like pent up anger and frustration that I feel like I didn't even get the chance to introduce myself. I didn't even get the chance to like meet them and let them get to know me. I felt like I was cast aside, and I felt like I didn't have any inherent value to men because I wasn't skinny, which is horrible. Any of my other curvy mid-sized people that want to vent or tell me what you think about this, let me know. I'd love to know if I'm not alone in this.
Well, wouldn't hurt to lose some weight.
I just made the first move and I gave my number to someone in the tube.
Basically what happened, I was on a platform waiting for my tube and there was this guy next to me. He looked at me, he smiled, I looked at him and I smiled back. Then the tube came and we both went in, but we both went into different carriages. So between us there is like a door and little window, but there is no way, like physical way, to actually speak to him. I saw through the little window that he kept looking at me, smiling to me, and I was there like, do something, what can you do, what can you do? I pulled out my phone and I wrote a message on my phone. Actually, let me show you, it's hard to explain. I put this on a window. He looked at me, he smiled, and he was like, yep. Then he came closer to the window and he pulled out his phone and I put this on a window. And he wrote it down, he showed it to me, I said, yep, good to go, and he left. As soon as he left and the tube moved, me sitting in a tube, I realized I panicked so much, so I actually gave him the wrong number. I fucked up my own number. I'm usually too scared to do anything like this. Like, I was actually shaking. And I did it. And I gave him the wrong number. Anyways, if you or your friend knows anyone who took tube this morning, Northern Line, from Clapham, let me know. Maybe we'll find him.
I don't think he wants to be found anyways.
I have an honest question for the gentlemen, really, but for women, please chime in. Being new to the dating world, since I've just put myself back out there, I have noticed that people my age, men my age and younger, are no longer walking up to women and trying to engage in a conversation. They're no longer coming up asking for a number. They are not, and if a number is exchanged, it is few and far between texts or calls that you receive. Even though there is a mutual connection, there's a mutual attraction, but the older generation absolutely does. The older generation walks up, strikes a conversation, all of that. So my question is, why? Why is it that the younger generation, why do you guys not do that? Why do you not walk up to women anymore? Why do you not try to go further along after you've gotten the number and start an initial conversation?
It's a waste of time.
I had one night in London before I went to Greece for my friend's birthday, and I had not one but two guys approach me organically, and I literally don't remember the last time a guy talked to me in Vancouver. So I'm in London, I have a flight the next day, and I go to this rooftop bar. Cute guy sits next to me at the bar. We end up chatting. He is an absolute catch, and he bought me dinner. Then we moseyed to like a night place, and he was really nice, but at that point I was kind of getting friend vibes, so I kind of wandered off. And I kid you not, I was at a bar for 60 seconds before the next guy came and said hi to me, who was also gorgeous and so nice and such a catch. And I know on vacation you bring this other like kind of energy, like you're in vacation mode and you're just, you know, you're like the best version of yourself. But what are the odds that I had two amazing options come to me in one night in London?
They were publicly drunk?
Do you know what the irony of her story is? After all of those years, it doesn't seem she's done anything about it. She's still the same size, so although she wants men to approach her, and knows what to do in order to compel men to approach her, she just wants to vent on social media about her problems.
Oh, boo-hoo!
You are not going to find him anytime soon. Better luck next time. The older generation has probably not been brainwashed and accused of harassment like how the younger generation have. The younger and middle-aged generations have become accustomed to hearing the Western cesspool of feminist media. The older generation don't have this problem because they've been less likely to have been exposed to this kind of propaganda. It isn't just the older generation who are free from this, but many countries that still have traditional values are also free from the stigma and pressure of approaching women for relationships.
How good for them.
Notice with the first guy who approached her, he bought her dinner and she ate it all up. Then she friend-zoned him and walked away. What a waste of his time and money that was. She does not mention what happened with the second guy, but I'm guessing she either did the same thing or she got her back blown out and he ghosted her. I'm only assuming this because if it went further into some type of dating or relationship, she probably would have mentioned it.
For sure.
Real men of genius.